Okay. Good evening, everyone. So before we start our lessons, let's pay homage to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. We are learning since we are beautiful consciousness. We have a 24. Now we are talking about Kriya Chaitas, the nature of functional consciousness. So these Chaitas arises only in the minds of Arahant and the Buddhas. According to Abhidhamma, they do not arise in the minds of Puthojana and trainees. So last week we discussed about the nature of functional consciousness or Kriya Chaita. So here I will make a final conclusion. I think this is important for us to understand. So here I want to make sure that please be conscious that this is my own interpretation, not in accordance with Abhidhamma, So, of course, I made this conclusion by referring to a few suttas. So this is my conclusion. If we are mindful and clear comprehending in our activities, so there is no chance for ignorance and craving to arise. So suppose we are talking right now, you are listening right now. So by this time, if we are very mindful, as for me, if I'm very mindful or I'm talking, and also I clearly comprehend what I'm talking. So my mind is full of mindfulness and full of clear comprehension. So in this time, so there's no chance for ignorance and craving to arise in my mind. So if there's no ignorance and craving, karma will not be formed. So there will be no karma. We call it karma bija, or the seed of the karma. So actually, in dependent origination, we have sankhara. Sankhara is volitional formation or karma formation. So when we are doing something, we do with the ignorance, based on ignorance and craving. Because of that, we create a lot of karma. That is called karma formation. So because of that karma, we have a consciousness in following rebirth or existences. So that is how we are going one life to another in the long stretch of samsara. So here, but of course, Arahant and the Buddha, they do not have any craving and ignorance, any moment. So for that reason, they are not creating any karma formation, any karma potency or the seed of karma. So that will give rise in future existences. For Arahant and the Buddha, no more karma formation because they don't have ignorance in their mind and craving in their mind. But as for normal people like us, suppose the moment I'm talking right now, I'm very mindful and clearly comprehending what I'm talking. That is called sati sampasanya. So if I am mindful and clear comprehending what I'm talking, what I'm doing, so there's no chance for ignorance and craving to arise in my mind. If there's no ignorance and craving in my mind, so I am not accumulating karma potency or the seed of karma at this moment. Suppose 1 minute, within 1 minute. But of course, our mind is very quick. Even I'm talking, so I may be thinking other things. Maybe my mind will be full of ignorance and full of craving. But suppose while I'm talking, within 1 minute, no ignorance and no craving, because my mind is full of mindfulness. My mind is full of clear comprehending. Clear comprehending here means wisdom or understanding what I'm talking right now, what I'm doing right now. So those beautiful quality of the mind arises in my mind. There's no chance for ignorance and craving. So for that reason, if I'm mindful and clear comprehending for 1 minute, then I will say that that state of mind, if such mental state arise in our mind, in the minds of orderlings, Puthojana, and the trainees, Sikha, we can call it functional consciousness or Kriya Chaita. Because at that particular moment, there's no ignorance and craving in our mind, full of mindfulness and clear comprehending. Only beautiful mental state arise in our mind. At least we can label it as pseudo-functional consciousness or pseudo-Kriya Chaita. So this is my own interpretation. If you cannot accept it, okay. So actually what I want to say is, so while buying quoting some soda, if we are the moment we are practicing meditation, the moment our mind is full of mindfulness and clear comprehending, so there's no chance for negative mental state in our mind. At that particular moment, even in 1 second, so such state of mind can be called Kriya Chaita. But of course, it is not in accordance with the Abhidhamma. Okay, so I hope this is my conclusion. So any discussions about this? Anyone want to ask question or want to discuss? If no one, then we'll finalize this one. Okay, so we have 8 Kamavachara Kriya Chaitas, and we can call it Maha Kriya Chaita, Maha Kriya Chaita. Great functional consciousness. As usual, 8 type of Chaitas. So the first 4 are accompanied by joy. So actually here, accompanied by joy. So according to 6th chapter of Abhidhamma Sangaha, so Arahant and the Buddha, they smile because based on these 4, and also another one that we have learned in the I Dukkha Chaita, smile producing consciousness. Smile producing consciousness. But here, all The first four accompanied by joy, the last four accompanied by equanimity. Equanimity. So four associated with the knowledge, and the other four dissociated from knowledge. Dissociated from knowledge. And four grounded and four ungrounded. It is easy to, I think, easy to remember. Everything is four. Feeling associated with the joy, four. Associated with the equanimity, four. Oh, sorry, accompanied by joy, four. Accompanied by equanimity, four. And associated with the knowledge, four. And dissociated from knowledge, four. Grounded, four. Ungrounded, four. So altogether, 8. So these are 8 types of functional consciousness. So here, remember that is called karma vajra, sense sphere. So only when the chaita arises, connected with the senses, Suppose an arahant think about this morning experience. So he saw somebody this morning, then he think in his mind. So when he think about a person, he doesn't have any lobha, any dosa, any moha. So wherever he think will be objective, not subjective. So there is no anger, no bias. He may think about one person that he met in the morning. For normal people like us, when we are thinking about a person, sometimes lobha, sometimes dosa, and those lobha dosa arises based on moha. So because of that, we are suffering a lot in our mind. No. Suppose in the morning we saw unpleasant person making a lot of problem, making a lot of noise, annoying. So right now you think about that person. So the unpleasant person likely to be angry in your mind, right? With the anger naturally might arise in your mind if you are not mindful and clear comprehending. So for that reason, the Buddha said that mindfulness is the only way, to free from suffering, to make an end of suffering in the Satipatthana Sutta. So normally when we are thinking unpleasant people, dosa naturally arise. If we are not mindful, if we are thinking about pleasant people, lovely people, then lobha or attachment naturally arise in our mind. So those lobha dosa arises because of moha or delusion. In other words, we call it ignorance. So because of that, we will have a lot of a lot of suffering in our mind. So as the Arahant and the Buddha, whether they met unpleasant or pleasant people, so they don't have any ignorance in their mind. Because of that, no craving at all. No lobha, no dosa. So whatever they think about that person will be objective. When that person is nice, he will see as a nice person, nice guy. When that person is very bad, he will see as a bad guy, or bad person. Because of that, there's no dosa in their mind. So they will see people objectively. So when they are pleasant, as if pleasant, unpleasant, as if unpleasant. But for normal people like us, we have full of bias in our mind. When we don't like a person, even though such person very pleasant, very lively. So actually in our mind, bad kind all the time, he's bad kind. So like this, we are full of bias because of ignorance and because of craving. So for that reason, so the mind of Arahant and the mind of the Buddha is pure, pure, because they don't have ignorance and craving. They don't have defilements in their mind. Of course, as a normal people, we have to go to that path. We have to walk on the path to reach that goal. Okay, so the last four is accompanied by equanimity. So altogether 8. Okay, so this is about Kriya Chaitas, Mahakriya Chaitas. Now we finish about 24 Kamavachara, Savana Chaitas. Since we are beautiful Chaitas, we have a 24. Since we are beautiful Chaitas, we have a 24. Page number 47. Page number 47. So when you look at here, so we have a 8 type of Chaitas, 4 accompanied by joy, another 4 accompanied by equanimity, and 4 associated with the knowledge, 4 dissociated from knowledge, 4 grounded, 4 ungrounded. So wholesome, since we are beautiful Chaitas, 8, and we'll be resultant, since we are beautiful Chaitas, 8, and we have a 8 functional, since we are beautiful Chaitas. So altogether 24. So I think when you look at this chart, and you can understand that we have 12 Chaitas associated with joy, and we have a 12 Chaitas associated with equanimity. So when we classify by way of feeling here, we have a 24 Kamavachara Sopana Chaitas, then 12 Chaitas accompanied by joy, and another 12 accompanied by equanimity. We have a 12 Chaitas associated with the knowledge, and the other 12 dissociated from knowledge. And we have a 12 Chaitas grounded, and the other 12 is ungrounded. So you have to know in such a way. I hope that it is not difficult for you. Okay, so now we are talking about 54 Kamavachara Chaitas, 54 sincere Chaitas. So earlier we talked about 24 sincere beautiful Sobhana, 24 sincere beautiful Chaitas. But here, there's no beautiful, 54 sincere Chaitas. So here, also ugly Chaitas also can be formed. 12 Akusala Chaitas, 80 Ahituka Chaitas, and 24 Kamavachara Sopana Chaita. Altogether 54. So when you look at here, when you look at this one, so 12 Akusala Chaitas are unwholesome or ugly Chaitas. But 24 Kamavachara Sopana Chaitas are beautiful Chaitas. But at the middle, we have Ahituka Chaita, rootless consciousness. They are neither ugly or wholesome. They are neither ugly nor beautiful. So you cannot say they are beautiful or ugly. So the moment we have 80 ahituka chetas, you cannot say your mental state is beautiful or ugly. Only the javana state, impatient state, then you consider your mind is ugly or beautiful. So 54 sense-sphere chetas. So those chetas arises based on the senses, especially based on the eye, ear, nose, tongue, the body. But of course, in the mind also, suppose as I earlier said that when you think about someone you saw in the morning, then your mental state is connected with something you saw. That is called sense sphere, kama vachara. So later we will talk about jhana chetas and magga and phala chetas. Actually, they arises based on the mind, based on the mental state, not based on what you see, what you hear, not based on physical thoughts. Only your mind is walking in the mind. You can attain jhanas, you can attain magga and phala. But here, all the 54, they arises based on the senses, based on the five physical thoughts especially. That's called kamavachara, kamavachara chetas. Now we are going to analyze kamavachara cheta by way of kind, So actually we have a different by way of type or by way of kind. We have a 4 different kind. Hosan cheta, akusala cheta. We have a 12 akusala cheta. We have up to now, we have 8 hosan cheta. We have 23 rasatan cheta, and we have 11 functional chetas. Altogether, 54. So when you think about this one, I think you have to look at the book, Comprehensive Manual of Abhidhamma. Comprehensive Manual of Abhidhamma. You look at page number 35. Page number 35. You will see the chart 12 akusala, right? 12 akusala. So we have only 12 akusala chetas. So now kusala, we have 8 hosan chetas. Up to now, we have talked about Mahakusala Cheta, great hosan chetas. We have 8, right? We have 8. And we have 23 Vipaka chetas, 23 Rasatan chetas. Actually, this is called, we call it analyzing Abhidhamma. So we need to analyze different type of categories. So in that way, it will be easier for you to learn in the especially in the second chapter and also following chapters. So I think even if you cannot memorize right now, you need to go back 3 places: page number 35, page number 43, and page number 47. But here, with 12 akusala chetas, it's clear. We have 8 hosan chetas. Up to now, among 54 sense-sphere chetas, we have 8 kusala chetas. Up to now. And we have learned 23 rasatan chetas. 23 rasatan chetas. So actually, among the 12 akusala chetas, there's no vipaka cheta. There's no vipaka cheta. Then you look at page number 43. Page number 43. I think right now you analyze different category of Abhidhamma by looking at the pages, but later trying to memorize in your mind. Actually, it's not very difficult. Look at page number 43. 43. We have 80 Ahituka Chetas. 80 Ahituka Chetas. Among them, so the first group, unwholesome resultant. Unwholesome resultant. Akusala Vipaka. 7 unwholesome resultant. Second group, we have 8 wholesome resultant. Ahituka Kusala Vipaka. 8 wholesome resultant. So 7 and 8, altogether 50, right? Altogether 50. Then we also talk about Maha Vipaka, 8 Maha Vipaka, 23 and 8. Sorry, 25. Sorry, 50 and 8. But here in Ahituka Chetas, we have a 50 Vipaka Chetas. So 7 unwholesome resultant, 8 wholesome resultant, altogether 50. Then we have another Mahavipaka, Kamavachara, Sobana Cheta. Mahavipaka, great resultant. Or since we are beautiful resultant Chetas. So 50 and 8, altogether 23. So for that reason here, we have 23 resultant Cheta, right? 23 resultant Chetas. So now we have a 11 functional Chetas. 11. Look at page number 43. Page number 43. So we have 3 functional rootless Chetas. So we have 3 rootless functional Chetas in the chart. And we have another 8 Mahakriya Cheta. We already learned today. So altogether 11. Altogether 11. So if we look at if we study if we analyze different type of Chetas by way of Kai, it will be 54. 12 Akusala Chetas, 8 Kusala Cheta, 23 Vipaka Chetas, and 11 Kriya Chetas. Altogether 53. Then you can look at page number 35, 43, and 47. If you cannot memorize, in your mind. So this that we call it by way of Kai. So we have 3 kinds of mental, 3 kinds of mind: Kusala, Akusala, Kusala, Vipaka, Kriya. Up to now, we have learned 54 sincere Chetas. 12 Akusala, 8 Kusala, 23 Vipaka, and 11 Kriya Cheta. Okay. Any question? Is it clear? I hope it's clear. Mevin.
Yeah, Bhante.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, can I just go back to the Mahakiriya Chitta?
Okay.
Because there is 4 consciousness where it's not associated with knowledge. I'm just a bit confused here because I thought for all Arahant and Buddha, they're always very mindful. Whatever anytime the situation happens, they're probably with knowledge. So could I have an example where, this consciousness comes when they have no knowledge, so at least I can understand it a bit clearer.
Yeah, this is a point of controversy. what you point out is, of course, yes, there's something to point out. As the Arahant and the Buddha, we might think that this is, they always are mindful. So here, according to, you can look at page number 47, page number 47, Bhikkhu Bodhi. So, okay, you don't need to look at, just listen what I say. Okay. So Bhikkhu Bodhi also write this one. Chetas dissociated from knowledge lacks the factor of wisdom. So that means no wisdom, no wisdom. But it does not involve ignorance or delusion, which pertains only to unwholesome consciousness. So there, according to this writing, dissociated from knowledge, there's no knowledge, no knowledge or no wisdom at that moment. And also it does not involve ignorance by that moment. So that is called dissociated from knowledge. Maybe I think we have to, I will give some example. I will give some example. When we are doing wholesome things for the first time, we have to make a lot of effort. We have to make a lot of effort. Suppose when we are chanting, so the moment you cannot learn by heart in your mind, so you have to think about chanting verses. Only then you will be able to chant. You'll be able to chant. But when you are used to it, so when the chanting verses, your mind naturally memorize those chanting verses without thinking about all these verses. You can chant, right away. How to say, you can chant naturally, sometime. So we have been chanting for a long time, so all the verses can learn by heart naturally. So even though when we are chanting, I can think about other things because the mind is used to chanting. So the moment I chant, actually I'm chanting almost at the same time. Actually, according to Abhidhamma, it's not at the same time. Almost at the same time, I'm thinking about other things. Suppose I think about my lessons, I think about my family. But here I'm chanting, chanting. In those times, I think we can say that dissociated from knowledge. So that means our mind is not thinking about chanting verses. So we are so used to it that we don't need to think about chanting verses. Naturally, the mind is chanting. But not at the same time. Actually, according to Abhidhamma, when mind movement arises in any time, so the mind is so quick that so I can chant, then at the same time I can think. No, not at the same. Sorry, not at the same time. Almost at the same time. I'm thinking. So in those times, we can say that dissociated from knowledge. We are not thinking about chanting verses. So the mind is so used to it that we can call it unconscious mind. Actually, according to Western psychology, unconscious mind is walking in our mind. So actually, I'm thinking to talk about unconscious mind in my sort of study Dhamma talk. Maybe next week or the following week, I'll talk about it. Then I will touch on that. Sometimes, so when we are doing good things, we are so used to that. We don't need to think. Naturally, our body is moving. Then our mouths are chanting. So in those times, we can say that dissociated from knowledge. So just like for Arahants and the Buddha, so they uproot that, they totally remove ignorance and craving. So actually, there's no way for them to do unwholesome things in their mind. So naturally, whatever they do will be good things, good things. So, of course, most of the time, the state of the mind of the Arahant and the Buddha will be associated with the knowledge. But sometime maybe their movement, the way they talk is quite I want to say quite used to that. They don't need to think too much. So maybe we can call it dissociated from knowledge. They don't need knowledge or think in mind. Naturally, their mind is doing. We can call it, actually, according to Western psychology, we can call it unconscious mind, because of unconscious mind. So because of this case, just like the housewife, when they are cooking, they don't need to do so many things, you know. Naturally, they are using their hand, right?
Yeah.
When you're driving for the first time, you need a lot of, how to say, knowledge, or you need a lot of mindfulness. But when we became used to it, it became natural. You don't even think about how to turn the wheel or how to drive. Naturally, your body is moving because of case. Even you are driving, we can say that sometimes dissociated from knowledge. Okay, so this is actually a little bit controversial, and maybe I will talk about it with a separate topic, unconscious mind.
Thank you,
Okay,
Bhante.
okay, you can. Ariel Lin.
Hi, good afternoon, Bhante.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to ask, what is the difference on the resultant cheetahs? What is the difference between the resultant cheetahs in the beautiful cheetahs as compared to the wholesome resultant in the Ahituka cheetahs? Is it because the Ahituka is the resultant from the wholesome from the past previous life? And the beautiful cheetahs resultant in beautiful cheetahs is the actually the resultants of the wholesome deeds in the current life.
I think I want you to read my previous note.
Mhm.
Then I have already written. So when we do kusala chaita, when we do hosan karma with the hosan chaita, and we will have a two type of resultant. One ahituka resultant, and another one maha vipaka, or great resultant. So they have a different functions. So as a ahituka resultant chaitas, so as a result of hosan karma, you will see hosan seeing function, and hearing function. You will hear good sounds, and smelling, tasting, touching, and receiving, and investigating. So these are the receptor hosan karma. So they are ahituka. But regarding with the great vipaka, how to say, since we are beautiful resultant chetas, so four function. So in the third chapter, we have to learn. So one of them is rebirth linking function. Rebirth linking me after doing wholesome things and this life, and we will have a wholesome resultant river linking, and life continuum, death function. Another one is or retention function or registration function. Okay, so actually I'm writing in my note.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Hello, Mei-chan.
Oh,
Hello. Hello.
okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm unmuting myself, Bhante. Can Bhante talk about the difference between the Hasitupata, because that one is Ahetuka, the smile producing, and
Okay.
the other four, the slight subtle difference between the Hasitupata and the other four cheetahs.
Or regarding with the smile.
Yeah, from the Arahants, yeah.
Oh, so we have a 5 type of cheetahs because of the Arahant's mind. So the thing is, the difference is Ahetuka and Sahetuka, with the root and without root, with the root and without root. Suppose when Arahant saw, how to say, a passing, he will smile, or maybe out of compassion, then that is called out of compassion me with the root. Compassion is a atosa with the root. Or sometimes Arahant may smile because that he if Arahant smile either because of alopa, atosa, amoha, that is called sahetuka, root with the root, smile with the root. But when Arahant and the Buddha smile with the smile producing chetas without any root, there's no root at all. So that is the main reason. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, welcome. Oh, okay, maybe after one question, we'll continue. Okay, Sia, you are the last one. Okay.
Sorry. Afternoon, Bhante. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to ask regarding your last slide, the last slide.
The last slide, which one?
Not this one. Yes, summary, that one.
Oh, okay.
Yes, by way of kind.
Okay.
Okay, so over here, you mentioned the the resultant cheetah. Okay, so for the resultant cheetah, if you look at page 51, it's sort of further 51 of CME. So it sort of further sort of lists down which are the resultant cheetah. So just that number 7, unwholesome. Actually, there's a rootless, isn't it? Because it's not. So it's rootless, unwholesome resultant.
Yeah.
Okay. So the question that I want to ask is, previously you mentioned wholesome cheetahs will result in the resultant cheetahs. But what about unwholesome? Because the unwholesome rootless, there's a resultant cheetah. But for unwholesome cheetah itself, root unwholesome, I noticed that there's no resultant for unwholesome cheetahs.
So only you mean what you mean is for unwholesome.
Yes.
Without root. Resultant.
Yep. That's a resultant.
Okay. For there's no resultant.
Yep.
right?
Yes, yes. Is there any particular reason why the unwholesome with roots has no resultant?
This one I have to skip because I didn't read that one, because this one actually maybe I will read, then I will get back to you, because then I forgot to actually read the answer.
Oh, no,
Of
no
course,
worries, no worries.
Hmm?
Yeah, no worries. I mean, you can explain to us maybe the next round. Just happened,
Maybe
yeah.
this is second time.
Yes, yes.
Second time you did ask.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a I think I better look at the answer. The
Yeah.
reason why there's no unwholesome rosette with the root.
Okay.
Okay.
Because for this chart, so according to your previous, I think the slides, I saw something about 18 functional, something about 18. I saw one of the slides.
Actually, up to now,
Ah,
we have we have a 20 functional chatas altogether. So up to now, we have completed only 11 Kriya chatas. So there will be another nine Kriya chatas.
oh, so we haven't covered the other 9.
Not covered yet.
Okay, okay. Okay, sure, sure.
So later we will study another 9 Kriya chatas.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Bhante.
Okay. So among that 20 Kriya chatas, only 2 Kriya chatas can arise in our mind. So the rest of the 80 Kriya chatas arises in the minds of Arahant and the Buddha. Okay, so let's continue, because I think so this is a by way of kind. I think if you read three pages, I think you will be able to understand. You will understand it. Another one is by way of feeling. So we have up to now man 54 sincere chatas with 80 joy feeling, somanasa. We have 32 equanimity feeling, with 2 displeasure feeling, 1 pleasure, and 1 pain. So altogether 54. Then to talk about this one, maybe we'll look at page number 35. For 35. Page number 35. Then we will 12 akusala chatas. 12 akusala chatas. When you look at the chart, you will see that we have a 4 chatas accompanied by joy, right? We have a 4 joy feeling among the 12 akusala chatas. And also look at page number 43. Man ahituka 80 ahituka chatas. Man 80 ahituka chatas. We have only 2 chatas associated with the joy. We have only 2 joy feeling. So 4 in akusala chatas and 2 in ahituka chatas. Altogether 6. But when we talk about Kama Vachara Sobhana chatas, since we are beautiful chatas, 12 joint feeling, 12 joint feelings, altogether 80, right? So when we talk about Kama Vachara Sobhana, since we are beautiful chatas, Tre, joint feeling, tre, equanimity feeling, right? It's really very easy. Then regarding with equanimity feeling, so we have a 32 equanimity feeling. Look at page number 35. Page number 35. And we have 6 equanimity feeling. 6 equanimity feeling in the akusala chetas. 6 equanimity feeling. And look at page number 43. Among 80 ahituka chetas. So we have 40 equanimity feeling. 40 equanimity feeling. So 6 from akusala cheta and 40 from ahituka chetas. Altogether 20, right? 20 equanimity feeling. Then you can add another tre sincere, beautiful chetas. Tre equanimity feeling. So 20 and tre altogether 32. Altogether 32, right? Then you look at only 3 places, Page number 35, akusala. Page number 43, ahituka. And page number 47, kama vachara sovana. And we have a 2 displeasure feeling. Look at page number 35. Page number 35. We have only 2 displeasure feeling. Dosa mula chedas. The moment you have anger accompanied by displeasure feeling. So there's only 2. So there is no more. There's no more. Only 2 displeasure feeling. And you have only 1 pleasure feeling, sukha. Look at page number 43. Among 80 ahituka chetas, we have only 1 pleasure feeling, only 1 painful feeling. Pain feeling. Altogether, 54. So this is the way we analyze Abhidhamma. I think it's good to know, good to analyze. Okay? I think it's not difficult. We have a 4 joint feeling, man akusala from akusala cheta, and we have a 2 joint feeling from ahituka chetas, and 2 from kamavachara sobana. Altogether 80. So we have a 32 equanimity feeling, 6 from akusala, 40 from ahituka, and 12 from kamavachara sobana. Altogether 32. So we have only 2 displeasure feeling from akusala. Only 1 pleasure feeling from ahituka and 1 pleasure feeling from ahituka. Altogether 54. This is by way of feeling. In later part, when we finish akusala, when we finish all the chetas, we will also analyze again. So when you know 54 sincere chetas, I think the rest are very easy. This part is the most difficult part. So if you understand 54 by way of kind, by way of feeling, by way of association, etc., you don't need to worry about the rest of the chetas. So the rest are very easy. The rest are very easy. Only this one, you take care of this one. So you trying to digest and trying to read again, trying to analyze. Then after reading, after analyzing, you close your eye, trying to analyze by heart. So you have to do like this. it actually is very enjoying, you know. It is enjoying to do like this. You close your eye, you trying to visualize with a tray akusala chetas, and then 4 joint feeling, and 6 equanimity feeling, 2 displeasure feeling. Please be patient for the boys. Actually, we are just trying to test different method, because this one is very convenient. So we can you can clear my point very clearly. So for that reason, we are testing. Maybe because of the software it happened, because of the software we use. Okay, so this is by way of feeling. Another one is by way of association. By way of association, sample yoga. Actually, we have learned that associated with wrong view, dissociated from wrong view, and associated with wisdom, associated with the knowledge, and dissociated from knowledge. So we have learned all these one. So that is called by way of sample yoga. By way of sample yoga. So here also again, you have to look at the same pages. So we have a 20 associated chetas. 20 associated chetas. 60 dissociated from dissociated from dissociated chetas. And we have 80 neither associated nor dissociated chetas. Altogether 53, 54, 54. Sambayoga beta. Don't feel disappointed, because I think you need to put up with this stage. Only this one is the most difficult part. So if you can digest right now, so the last one very easy. You just add in, not difficult. So I think trying to digest this part, this part. And the rest are very easy. The rest were very easy. So here, by way of association, associated chetas 20, dissociated cheta 60, and neither associated nor dissociated chetas 80, altogether 54. So look at page number 35. 35. So akusala cheta, right? Akusala cheta. You look at associated one. When you look at associated one, associated with the wrong view, so we will 4 chetas associated with the wrong view, right? Associated with the wrong view. And also we have 2 chetas associated with aversion. Associated with the aversion. We have another 2 chetas associated with the doubt and associated with the restlessness. Altogether, man tre akusala chetas, we have 8 associated chetas. 8 associated chetas. And also you can look at the same chart. So we will have 4 dissociated chetas. Dissociated from wrong view. So when you look at akusala, tre akusala chetas, so we have 8 associated chetas, and 4 associated with the wrong view, 2 associated with the aversion, 1 associated with the doubt, another one associated with the restlessness. So altogether 8 associated chetas. Then we have another 4 dissociated from dissociated chatas, dissociated from wrong view, right? So we have a 80 neither associated nor dissociated. That is nothing but ahetuka cheta. Ahetuka cheta are not associated with, or neither associated with nor dissociated. So we call it neither associated nor dissociated. Altogether 80. These 80 are nothing but ahetuka chetas. So here we are talking about 20 associated chetas. 20 associated chetas. 8 associated chetas from akusala. Another 12 from kamavachara sobana cheta. Since we are beautiful, right? Since we are beautiful, always 12. 12 associated, 12 dissociated. So here, 20 associated cheta me, 8 associated cheta from akusala, and 12 associated cheta from since we are beautiful. Altogether 20. Altogether 20. And we have a 60 dissociated from dissociated chetas. We have 4 dissociated chetas from akusala. We have another 12 from since we are beautiful. So altogether 16. Somebody write that my note is different from this book, right? Yes, in some point it's different. I follow Burmese tradition. Burmese tradition me actually, I don't know whether the Bhikkhu Bodhi is wrong, because when you look at Tre Akusala, right? Tre Akusala, let me check. Page number 51. 60, right? 60. Bhikkhu Bodhi, according to Bhikkhu Bodhi, page number 52, Bhikkhu Bodhi said 16 associated, 60 dissociated. 22 neither. Actually here, my note is actually I think Bhikkhu Bodhi note is wrong here. Maybe spelling typo error or typo error. So you look at page number 35, right? 35. When you look at Tre Akusala Chetas, we have 8 associated chetas, right? 8 associated chetas. 4 associated with wrong view, 2 associated with aversion, and 1 associated with the doubt, another 1 associated with restlessness. Altogether 8 associated chetas from akusala chetas. We have another 12 from since we are beautiful. Altogether 20, right? Altogether 20 associated chetas. So we have a 60 here me, 4 from akusala, 12 from since we are beautiful. Altogether 60. But here neither associated nor dissociated. So here 80 me, 80 ahetuka chetas. 80 ahetuka chetas. Okay. Oh, here I'm written. In this regard, Bhikkhu Bodhi use different way of calculation. I don't know how he calculate, but this is the way we calculate. Okay. Then another one is by way of prompting. Question. Akus.
Namaste, Bhante.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Bhante Bodhi classified the associated with aversion, doubt, to aversion, doubt, and restlessness, including neither, Bhante.
Because when you look at
Because
mm,
if the aversion to aversion and doubt and restlessness in 22.
yeah, I mean the way Begubori use is a different way of calculation. So I think you look at page number 36. Page number 36. Then look at consciousness rooted in hatred. We have a two chetas rooted in hatred. One consciousness accompanied by displeasure associated with aversion, right? But here, associated with aversion. One consciousness accompanied by displeasure associated with aversion. So two chetas associated with aversion, right? Is it? So Bhikkhu Bodhi didn't include this one. Another one is, you look at page number 37, the last paragraph. So we have a two chetas rooted in delusion. So when you look at the chetas associated with the restlessness and associated with doubt, you will see the word association, right? Associated with. So for that reason, we always count, we always add into the association. So in Akusala, we have altogether 8 associated chetas. Bhikkhu Bodhi didn't include 2 chetas rooted in aversion and 1 cheta rooted in associated with the doubt, another one associated with the restlessness. I don't know why.
Yeah, in my opinion, Bhante Bodhi included as neither, Bhante, because Bhante Bodhi, I think, associated only with wrong view or disassociated with wrong view. If not wrong view, it is classified as neither. So like 2 aversions and 1 restlessness and 1 doubt is included in neither part.
I mean,
if you count that way.
I understand.
If you count that way.
Yeah. Bhikkhu Bodhi didn't include 2, how to say, 2 dosa mula cheta and 2 more mula cheta. But here, when you look at the Pali, associated with aversion, 2 associated with the aversion, 1 associated with the doubt, another one associated with restlessness. So we have to include, we have to classify as the associated chetas.
Okay.
So this
okay,
for that
Bhante,
reason,
thank you.
yeah. For that reason, in this regard, my note, our note, actually my note here, we Burmese, we always count in this way. So our note is different from Bhikkhu Bodhi. Because you are taking Burmese Abhidhamma exam. For that reason, and you need to refer to my note. Okay. By way of prompting. Okay. By way of prompting, Sankhara Bheda. We have a 70 unprompted, 70 prompted, and 20 neither. Today, 54. So actually here, regarding with since we are beautiful, it's very easy. 12 unprompted, 12 prompted, right? So we have to look at only akusala. Look at page number 35. Page number 35. So we have 4 unbounded chetas in lower mula cheta. 4 unbounded chetas in lower mula chetas. And will be 1 unbounded chetas in dosa mula cheta. Actually, 2 dosa mula, 2 moha mula chetas in delusion. So actually it's neither. So actually it's not mentioned about either prounded or unprounded. For that reason, we add into neither. So here, we have 5 unprounded chetas in akusala chetas, man akusala. We have 5 prounded chetas. So here, 5 unprounded and 3 unprounded from since we are beautiful, altogether 70. But here we will 5 prounded chetas from akusala cheta and another 12 from since we are beautiful, altogether 70. But here neither 20 neither. Here 2 chetas rooted in delusion, moha mula chetas, and 80 ahiduka chetas. So they are neither prounded or unprounded. Right? So you just look at page number 35 and 43 and 47. So I think if you look at by yourself, it will be very clear. If you still have a question, you can send to me privately. And I think now, are there any question regarding with these or these classification? Mavin.
Yes, Bhante.
Yeah.
I think just to go back on the part of the association, is it because Bhikkhu Bodhi is trying to put association with knowledge and views? So my question is, when we talk about when we talk about, let's say, aversion, doubt, and restlessness, is it because there is no knowledge, or is there with knowledge?
No. Actually, for associated cheta with the wrong view, also no knowledge. So that actually all the akusala chetas, no knowledge. Only beautiful, since we are beautiful, associated with the knowledge. So akusala, no knowledge.
So no knowledge. Is that why then Bhikkhu Bodhi put it as neither?
I think we have to look at it again. I think simply because Abhidhamma Sangha right using the word Sambayoga and Vipayoga. Sambayoga means associated with. So Patika Sambayodan. Patika Sambayodan means associated with aversion, right? So here, Abhidhamma Sangha, menu Abhidhamma use the word Sambayoda. So we have to add into Sambayoda or associated.
Okay.
And also in associated with the doubt, associated with the restlessness. So menu Abhidhamma use Vichikecha Sambayodan, Oticha Sambayodan. So he used the word Sambayoda. Okay. So because of that, by looking at the word Sambayoda or association, we add into associated.
Okay, I understand. Yeah. Thank you, Bhante.
Okay, so I think I hope you see. The thing is, as I earlier said, that analyzing all these numbers are important, because without knowing these analyzation or this category, so you cannot go to second chapter. So for that reason, I always say that the first chapter is foundation for all the chapter following. So for that reason, I want you to how to say, memorize and learn by heart. Actually, you don't need to learn by heart. Just go back and read 3 pages, 35, 43, and 47. Then you will know how many joy feeling, how many equanimity feeling, how many associated chatas, and how many dissociated chatas, etc. So then you trying to close your eye, you trying to calculate in your mind. Then I think it makes sure that you digest. So then only it will be easier for you to go next chapter. Don't feel frightened, eh? Don't be frightened. It's not that much difficult. Okay, so let's complete 44 sincere chatas. The next one is higher teachings. Higher teachings. Actually, our lessons are supposed to finish 6:50, right? 6:15 today. Because today is Saturday, so there will be no. We will teach up to 1 hour and 45 minutes. But Monday, our lesson will be 1.5 hours. But the other 50 will be purely for discussion. Okay, so now we are talking about higher teachings. So we just completed 54 sincere chatas. So as I earlier said that as a human beings, normally, so what only these 54 chatas arise mostly. Now let's talk about higher teachings. Jhanas and path and the fruit. Magga and Phala. So we have jhana chatas and magga chata and Phala chata. We call it path and fruit. Are known as Udaripnosatama. Udaripnosatama. Which means the teachings higher than the 10 causes of wholesome deed. Kusala Kamapata. So these Kusala Kamapata are practiced by lay devotees. So we have talked about 10 causes of wholesome deed. Oh, sorry, wholesome deed. So that means if you refrain from 3 bodily unwholesome action, that will be wholesome cause of. So if you refrain from 4 unwholesome verbal action, that will be wholesome deed. If you refrain from 3 mental unwholesome actions, that will be wholesome deed. Altogether 10 causes of wholesome deed. Actually, I have talked about it. If you want to know in details, then you can visit my YouTube. Actually, I have discussed all these one in detail in the Soda study class. But here we have a jhana chatas and magga and Phala chatas. They are called higher teaching. In Pali, Udaripnosatama. It means so that these teachings are higher than the normal teachings that the lay people are following, practicing. It's called 10 causes of wholesome deed. So there are 27 jhana chetas, and we have 8 supramanting consciousness. Altogether 35, sorry, 35, right? 35. So these 35 are called higher teachings, So they are higher than the normal Hosankama that we are doing, So these higher teachings can be obtained only through meditation. Only through meditation you'll be able to attain it. Just normal Hosanti cannot. No way. So for that reason, so these jhana chetas and magga cheta and phala chetas, so they are obtained, they can be achieved through meditation. For that reason, I think we need to learn what is meditation. Then I want to talk about what is meditation here a little bit, because you need to know it before we go to jhana, magga, and phala chetas. Meditation in Buddhism. So the word bhavana is translated as meditation in English. So Pali is bhavana. I think when you want to know about Buddhist meditation, you need to know this word. The literal meaning of bhavana is developing and cultivating. Developing and cultivating. This is the literal meaning of the word bhavana. So therefore, some say that as a mental training or mental culture. So that means training our mind, developing and cultivating our mental culture. So that is called bhavana. The literal meaning of bhavana is developing and cultivating. We translate as a meditation. So when you use the word meditations, if you do not understand the literal meaning, so it will lead to misunderstanding. For that reason, you need to know what is definition of meditations in Buddhism. In many suttas, the Buddha usually use 2 words together when he referred to what we call meditation. When the Buddha talk about bhavana, he used 2 words together. That number 1, bhaveti, to develop, and bahulikarati, to do numerous times, or to do many times. And Bhikkhu Bodhi translate as it to cultivate. We need to cultivate our mind. So this is the literal meaning. So here, bhavana means to develop and to cultivate, to do many times, separate times. So what we are going to develop, what we need to develop and what we need to cultivate. The most simple and easiest definition of meditation can be found in Mahasatipatthana Suttas and also in many other suttas as well. That is developing mindfulness on 4 foundations is called meditation. But here, meditation, literal meaning of meditation is to develop and to cultivate. So what you have to develop is mindfulness. So for that reason, we are always emphasizing the importance of mindfulness. Mindfulness here is called meditation. If you can develop mindfulness, if you cultivate mindfulness in your daily activities, that's called meditation. So when you read Mahasatipatthana Sutta, you will know that. So the Buddha pinpoint importance of mindfulness in our activities. When we are talking, must be very mindful. When you are listening, must be very mindful. When you are eating, when you are drinking, when you're walking, when you're lying down, Even you go to toilet, whatever you do must be mindful. So the moment you have mindfulness, you are meditating. For that reason, housewife, the lady, you can meditate while you are cooking. When you're cooking, you're very mindful what you are doing. Then when you are washing dishes, then you just mindful what you're doing. That's called meditation. That's called meditation. So here, in Mahasatipatthana Sutta, the Buddha talk about to develop mindfulness on 4 foundations. So the first one is called, we call it body. Simply we translate it body. The body, so here, our hand, then our voice, everything connected with our body is called body, Kaya Nupassana. So we have to be very mindful regarding with our body, our movement, and when we are talking, when we are seeing, hearing, everything. But of course, so the best posture to develop our mindfulness is sitting posture. So for that reason, when we go to meditation retreat or when we are meditating at home, we use sitting posture. So this is the best posture to develop mindfulness. So you might misunderstand that just sitting posture is meditation. No, not like this. Every moment, if you are developing mindfulness, then you are meditating. If you are crossing the road, even you are running, if you are mindful what you are doing, that is called meditation. So let me, what is meditation? So this is the most simple way to define what is meditation in Buddhism. Here, meditation means to develop mindfulness regarding with your body, something that is connected with the body. Breathing also connected with your body. For that reason, it is added into Kaya. Another one is feeling. So we have pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, and neutral feeling. Wherever feeling arises in your mind, in your body, be mindful. That is called meditation. Another one is the mind. So we have different stages of mind in our mind. Sometimes anger, sometimes compassion, sometimes greed, sometimes generosity, sometimes delusion, sometimes wisdom. So all these are the state of the mind. So whatever state of mind arises in your mind, be mindful. If you are angry, you just be mindful that you are angry. When you're compassionate, be mindful that you're compassionate. Like this. Wherever state of mind arises in your mind, just be mindful. That is called meditation. Another one is the Dhamma of phenomena. So we have different stages of phenomena. Some are good, some are not good. Impermanent nature, suffering nature, and non-sense nature. These are called the Dhamma. And also we have 5 hindrances. So these are also called the Dhamma. So it is mentioned in the Digha Nikaya, Mahasatipatthana Sutta. So here, what is meditation? Meditation means to develop mindfulness on 4 foundations. That is called meditation, the most simple way. So for that reason, the Buddha said that there's only one way to make an end of suffering, through meditation. Through mindfulness. That's mindfulness. the most popular definition of meditation is, the other one is simplest way, but this is the most popular one, to develop and cultivate serenity and insight. Serenity, we use it in Pali, samatha, and insight, vipassana. So here, bhavana means to develop and cultivate. So according to this method, you're trying to develop serenity, you're trying to develop insight. That's called meditation. Any posture, when you're walking, when you're standing, when you're sitting, when you're lying down, any moment you can practice. As long as you are developing serenity and insight, you are meditating. So this is the most popular way. So as a Buddhist, you all know that samatha, vipassana, like this. So we have a two type of meditation, samatha and vipassana. Samatha is described as internal serenity of the mind, or stillness of the mind. Your mind is still, your mind is calm and serene by using different meditation objects. Suppose you are recollecting the quality of the Buddha. By using the quality of the Buddha, by chanting, your mind became still, calm, serene. So that is called samatha. That's called samatha. Vipassana is described as higher wisdom or insight into phenomena. Here, the vipassana is wisdom. Wisdom to know about phenomena. But here, phenomena means mental phenomena and physical phenomena. Simply, we can call it nama rupa. So you have a wisdom regarding with you are nama rupa. So the way that they really are. So we have three nature. Not new to you, is nature, impermanence, dukkha, suffering, and anatta, non-self. So vipassana here me, with the help of samatha, stillness of the mind, then you have a wisdom or understanding about nama rupa, your mind and body, and the body of other people. They are impermanent. They are suffering. They are non-self. So if you have a wisdom, that is called vipassana. So samatha, stillness of the mind, serenity of the mind. If you practice samatha, your mind will be serene and calm and tranquil. So when you practice vipassana, you will have an understanding and wisdom. You will know the nature of phenomena, the nature of mental and physical phenomena. So the nature here means nature, dukkha, anatta. So I think next Monday, I will talk about further explanation of samatha and vipassana. For the time being, any question? Teacher Lily.
Good evening, Bhante.
Yeah, good evening.
Actually asked about vipaka chitta. Can akusala vipaka chitta become patisandhi chitta?
Akusala chetas are not patisandhi cheta, because after we have done akusala chetas, so we have two patisandhi chetas. One patisandhi chetas called how to say that, investigating consciousness accompanied by equanimity. So we have a man, 7 unwholesome resultant. we have a one investigating chaitans accompanied by equanimity. So after doing ahosan actions, ahosan karma with the akusala chaitans, so we were spawned in the one of the four oval planes. So that Vritti Sandhi Chaita, rebirth linking consciousness, is investigating consciousness accompanied by equanimity. So akusala chaitas are not Vritti Sandhi Chaita. They are akusala karma. As a result, we will have a vipaka or resultant chaita. So if somebody was born in one of the four oval planes, so their Vritti Sandhi Chaita is only one, investigating consciousness accompanied by equanimity. Okay.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay. Any question? Any?
Good afternoon, Bhante.
Okay, afternoon.
Yeah. My question is on the strength of the chittas. Strength of the chittas. Let's say, for example, there is one unprompted akusala chitta connected with wrong view, and versus kusala chitta accompanied by pleasure, also unprompted, and disassociated with knowledge. That means both chittas have two roots, only two roots.
Yeah.
But one is kusala, one is akusala. So is there any difference in their strength? That is the first question. Then the second question is...
Let me clarify the first one because I may forget.
Okay.
Okay, so the first question, for this question, akusala chaitas, unprompted, right? Unprompted. It's very powerful, unprompted. Associated with the wrong view, right? Wrong view. So I think you're referring to the first lower mula chaita, right? The first lower mula chaita is very strong, very strong. But here, when we talk about hosan kusala chaitas, dissociated from knowledge, right? Dissociated from knowledge. So dissociated from knowledge here, as I earlier explained, sometimes we are so used to, so skillful in wholesome things. So for that reason, naturally we are doing that automatically. We can even call it automated mind. Automatically we are doing that. So dissociated from knowledge. So such one, regarding with the strength, may not be like powerful as the first lower mula chaita. Okay, second question.
Okay, so the akusala one will be more powerful than the kusala one, right? Just now as what you said.
Regarding with the strength,
yes.
we are referring to strength. Yeah.
All right. So will the strength affect the next proceeding chitta that will arise? Will it affect?
Yes. Yeah.
So it will also put an effect on the next proceeding chitta. Okay,
yeah.
That's what I want to know. Thank you.
Thank you. One more question. If no question, then I will discuss. I want to talk about. We stay another 1 more minute. I want to talk about samatha and vipassana. Samatha is stillness of the mind. If you focus on a meditation object, your mind will be calm and serene. Stillness of the mind. Very peaceful, very peaceful. And regarding with the vipassana, this is a wisdom or understanding regarding with Nama Rupa, mental and physical phenomena. So actually, maybe I think if no question, let's call it a day. Let's call it a day. So I will explain more about Samatha Vipassana in my Monday class. Okay, so Yo varadam bhavaro manu jesu sakya muni bhagavakata kecho parakato pala viriya samangi dan suka dan saranatamu pemi ragawi ragama nincama sokan dhamma masangata mapatikulan Madura mimampa kunan suwipatan Dhamma miman saranatamu pemi Yata cha te namaha palamahu Chatu susi supuri sayugesu atacha bogala dhammata sate sangha miman saranatamu pemi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. See you on Monday.